Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a tier list. Not just any tier list. Let me just move my camera here. But the Black Ops 1 Zombies Weapons tier list. My webcam is bugging out. Bear with me again. Alright, so today we are ranking all of the weapons seen in Black Ops 1 Zombies. And this is including every map here, so every weapon from every map will be accounted for here. So let's begin. AK-74U. This is a very average weapon. This is probably the most average war weapon you can get. It's reliable, but not for very long. Most weapons are reliable, yeah, but not for very long. In this case, the AK-74U is also just not a weapon I go out of my way to get. It's usually the weapon where you run out of ammo and it's the closest war weapon near you. So I feel like it deserves a bit of a B because it is somewhat reliable. However, it's just not really useful for very long. But so this is the epitome of an average weapon. Decent. Next weapon, the AUG. S tier plus. No discussion. The AUG is a perfect weapon. Okay, no one can convince me otherwise. The AUG is perfect. The AUG is a perfect weapon. I get very excited when I get this out of the box. It's very reliable, very useful. It's got a pretty good ACOG sight on it, so it's pretty good for range and just taking out zombies in general. Overall, very, very good weapon. When you pack a punch it, not only is it stronger, but you do get a little shotgun attachment on the barrel of the weapon. So that's always fun as well. So, yeah. Commando. Commando is the most reliable assault rifle in the game. You can take this gun and it'll carry you very, very far. It is definitely one of the best weapons you can get in Black Ops 1 outside of Wonder Weapons. This is easily deserving of an S, not S+, the AUG is still better in my opinion. The FAMAS, also a very, very good weapon. However, I wouldn't think it's on the same tier as a Commando. It's definitely not on the same tier as an AK-74U, so it's definitely going to go in A tier. It's got a very high fire rate, so it shoots incredibly fast. And that also means you go through ammo so quickly on this thing. It's almost on crack at this point, how fast it shoots. And it's also got the damage to back it up too. However, it does just drain through your ammo very quickly. That's probably my only problem with it. But other than that, easy A tier. It's a solid weapon. FAL is probably the opposite of that. It is one of the most unreliable assault rifles in the game. Not only is it semi-automatic, it has very low damage. Don't get me wrong though, in its defense, it is a good starter weapon. It is a good weapon that can set you up on very, very early rounds. So if you're on round 1 to maybe 10, you can pick this up out of the box if you want to. It's definitely not going to harm you, but anything above round 10, it's a recipe for disaster. It will not get you far at all. So it is definitely just going to stick in B tier. It's not average. It's slightly above average. You can pick up this gun and it'll be decent. It'll be reliable. It's fine. However, it just doesn't compare to anything else that comes above it. Claymores are a weird one. They're equipment. They don't really count as a weapon. And I don't really go out of my way to pick up claymores. However, I do know they can be used very well in the right hands. But with me, I kind of avoid them. I feel like they're a bit of a D tier for me. They're not F tier. They still have their use in the right areas and the right people who really know how to use them well. They use them well. But for me, claymores, I avoid them. Just out of my way. They don't really need to be in my loadout, so D tier. Enough said. Ballistic knife. No, it doesn't look like it from the picture here, but this is the ballistic knife, I believe. On very early rounds, I'm talking rounds 1 to 4, you can pick this up and it will be fine enough because you can use it as a melee. I think it's a single stab up to round 4 from memory. I think that's how it is in Black Ops 2, but in Black Ops 1 it's a bit different, I think. I actually don't remember off the top of my head. But in terms of Black Ops 1, avoid it like the plague. It is not worth picking up after round 5. It is not. It's bad. It's a bad thing to pick up. Bad weapon. F. Actually, D. Just because in co-op, you can pack-a-punch it and then you can revive your teammates. Off the top of my head, I believe that's what you can. I believe you can use a ballistic knife to revive your teammates. You can shoot your down teammate and they instantly get up. Which is useful. It's useful in co-op, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, next up, CZ75. It's a pistol. I believe it's the automatic pistol, so it's not strong. It's clearly not strong. You can also get it dual wield as well. Still not strong. Still pretty unreliable. It's still it's still definitely D tier. It's not your average weapon, it's an easy D tier. It's automatic. I guess it is kind of like satisfying to fire. I'll give it that. I do sometimes use it in multiplayer. But it's still a bad weapon in the end of the day, so yeah, D tier. Enough said. China Lake. Now where is this one gonna go? Obviously, where else wouldn't it be? If you played Black Ops 1, you avoid the China Lake like the plague. It is bad. Even on like round 1 or round 2, it is bad to use. It's similar to the War Machine. I think the War Machine in Black Ops 2 is worse than this, but the China Lake is a grenade launcher. It's not reliable. Obviously, you can get killed by your own grenades, and the accuracy is terrible, the damage is terrible. It's a horrible weapon. Avoid it like the plague. Do not recommend. Don't pick this up. Bad weapon. F tier. All the way. Now these are interesting. These are the Vachoyska dolls, or however you pronounce them. They are found in Ascension, I believe. And they're basically like a grenade. But they have a really, really big explosive range. They're powerful, yes, but they're not really something you'd want to pick up. They're not something you want to go out of your way to get unless you're doing an Easter egg quiz. I believe you need these for the Ascension Easter egg. Same thing with the Ghost device down here, but we'll get to that later. So that's just going to be an easy D tier. It has its use, but it's not something you'd want to pick up. It's not something like the monkey bombs. Not worth having. D tier. Crossbow. Right next to the China Lake. You're just as bad as each other. They are bad. However, the crossbow is slightly better. And when you pack-a-punch it, if you somehow manage to do so, your arrows turn into monkey bombs pretty much. So your zombies will get attracted by your arrow, and then they'll blow up and kill them. So F tier is where it belongs. Sorry to you crossbow fans, if you even exist. Frags. Where do you even put these? Yeah, you can use them. They have a lot of uses. They're more just there to damage the zombies if you run out of ammo, or if you just want that little bit more points. I would say a high D. A lot of these like equipments and grenade slots, they'll go into D because yeah, they have their uses. But not really something you want to go out of your way to use. Or I think I might be a bit kind to the frags. I think you can put them into C tier because they are definitely way more useful than these. You can throw these into a barrier and you can kill zombies from the barriers. You can roll them and like throw them off the wall if you want to make some crawlers. So yeah, I guess it does have a bit more use than these guys. I mean, yeah, claymores can make crawlers too, but frags are a bit more reliable. The frags are a bit more reliable in this case. Okay, moving on. G11. So this is a 3-burst assault rifle, and it usually has a scope on it. I know it doesn't have it on the picture here, but usually when you pick up in the mystery box, it has a scope. It's almost like a sniper scope, but it's like a sniper ACOG scope. It's not very good. It's definitely a very C tier assault rifle. It has its damage. I'd give it that. You can probably say it's a bit more powerful than the FAL here. However, I think it's just because it's a 3 burst and it's got that awkward scope. It drops it down to C tier. Alright, ghost devices. I mentioned them before. So what you do, you throw them down and they spawn this black hole thing. And it sucks in all the zombies. It's definitely very powerful, but you don't get many of them, and they're primarily used for the Easter egg. I think in this case, I will throw them into D tier with the Vochoiska dolls, because let's be real, they're kind of the same. They have that really high damage, but you'd only ever use them for like a Easter egg for Ascension. Monkey bombs are still more valuable than these two here, so that's why they're going to D. Controversial maybe, but it's just my opinion. The Galil. You're going up here next to the Commando here. The Galil is one of the best guns you can get out of the box. I might say it's just a little bit worse than the Commando here. The Commando is just slightly better. But the Galil is very reliable. So reliable. And easily, it's in my starter loadout if I get it. It's a very, very good weapon. Especially in Black Ops 1. I think it's very, very strong in Black Ops 1. It's definitely one of the guns to get. Enough said. HK21. I'd say it goes into S as well. However, the only thing it's lacking is its fire rate. It's got the power and the ammo to last a very long time. However, the fire rate is pretty slow, but that easily can be solved with some double tap. This makes some pretty gnarly headshots, I must say. But you do need double tap for this. The fire rate is just a bit too slow for you to really kill enough zombies, so you definitely do need double tap. This one, I believe, is the HS-10. I'm pretty sure it's a semi-automatic shotgun. The only reason why I'm not so sure is because I kind of avoid it like the plague. It is not very good. It's definitely a very C tier shotgun. It's not the strongest. There's definitely better shotguns out there. But if it's the only thing you got, it'll last you a bit. But this is definitely something you will need to trade out. And it's decent. It's decent. It gets the job done. Yeah, there's the M27 lore, the M72 lore. I can't remember the name of it. But it's this rocket launcher here. Rocket launchers will always belong in F tier. It is definitely the best one here though. But you avoid rocket launchers and unfortunately snipers like the plague unless you have a really big thing for quick scoping, which I don't. So F tier for all rocket launchers and explosive weapons here. But it really, really, don't pick it up. Just don't pick it up. F tier. M14. Ooh. This is C tier level because it's a starter weapon usually. But it is very iconic. It is very iconic because it is with you in every spawn room, I believe, in Black Ops 1. Either you're an M14 user or you're an Olympia user. Personally, I go for M14 because it's a bit more reliable and you can aim your shots better and you can take down more zombies with it. That's my opinion. If you love the Olympia, just go wild. But the M14, very, very good for low rounds. It's not really used for anything above like round 10. It's better than your 1911 in terms of power. If we were talking about how iconic it is, it'll definitely go into S+, but we're talking about how useful they are in this case. So it goes into C. This thing carries your first 5 rounds, okay? Give it some respect. It's definitely very good. The M16, I'll put it in B tier. It's a 3 burst like the G11 here, except it's a bit more powerful and a bit more useful, and it's also a war weapon too. I believe in Kino de Toten, you find it in the power room, but in the backstage area. So when you're training and you need a reserve gun that you need to constantly refill ammo on, it's there. And it's also very reliable. It's not very strong in high rounds though. It is a very cool gun, I must admit. 3 bursts and it has a really cool design. As much as I want to put it higher, B tier seems like the best it can be. 1911. 1911. I would put this in D tier because of how low power it is. It is just starter weapon. It is not supposed to be powerful. But then you take it to Pack-a-Punch and you get the Bloody Mustang and Sally. And then you take it to S tier. If you want to keep your M1911 and get the Mustang and Sally, your two dual-wield, high-power explosive weapons, obviously you need PhD. The M1911 is very powerful Pack-a-Punched. So it's got the iconic part of it, it's got the fame, and it's got the power to back it when you take it to Pack-a-Punch. So I believe it is worthy of S+ tier. The perfect crawler maker, and it sure is powerful. You Pack-a-Punch it. Monkey bombs. These are useful. You're going to A tier. Every time you're in a hairy situation and you need to just back away from the zombies, you throw one of these down and the zombies follow the monkey bomb. And then the monkey bomb explodes. It's very simple use, yet it's so reliable. It is so reliable when you need to get away from the zombies. It is an easy A tier equipment. It's way better than these two here. You don't want these in your equipment slot. You need this. You need the monkey bomb. Enough said. MP40. Again, this is the SMG to get. This is the SMG, the most iconic SMG you can get. It's just the SMG to get for Black Ops 1. It's very reliable in early rounds, and it can take you far if you're willing to Pack-a-Punch it. Which sometimes I actually do. I sometimes do Pack-a-Punch the MP40, and yeah, it shreds. It shreds pretty well. Enough said, literally. Next up is the MP5K. This is not a weapon I typically use, but I feel like it is a very solid B tier, high B tier. It's got cracked fire rate. However, I don't think the damage and the ammo really make up for the fire rate, you know? Honestly, yeah, B tier. B tier. It's on a similar case as the AK-74U, which I do think is better. I'll just quickly rearrange these to be like this. I do think the AK-74U is better, but the MP5K is up there too. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can say the same thing about the MPL. Again, it's pretty much very, very similar to the MP5K in terms of fire rate. However, I feel like the MPL has a bit more ammo. This is from memory, by the way. I think it has a bit more ammo and a bit more power. However, I still wouldn't use these past round 15. They're perfect for points, and that's it. They're all perfect for points. But for killing zombies, they're not. Even if you Pack-a-Punch them, they're not good for killing zombies. The Olympia. The M14 sister in arms. So, they're going to go in the same spot because they have, like, they're basically one or the other. They're the exact same. One can't be more powerful than the other. It's just in terms of preference with these two. For me, it's the M14. The Olympia is just a close second for me. So the Olympia. A double barrel shotgun that is pretty powerful in very early rounds. And it is also very cheap. It's a very cheap weapon, only 500 points, just like the M14 here. And is very useful in round 1 to like round 5 or 6. It won't kill zombie dogs, or hellhounds, whatever you want to call them. But it will get you set up pretty quickly. Very good damage for low rounds. So yeah, respect for the Olympia, respect for the M14. They go right next to each other. In C tier. PM63. I used to like this weapon. I used to always trade out my starter, like one of these two here, like the M14 or the Olympia, out for the PM63 back in the day. But it's bad. It's bad. It's on a very similar case with the MP5K and the MPL in terms of like fire rate and power. I'm pretty sure. I think it's got like similar power. But the one thing the PM63 does not have is ammo. And that drops it all the way down to C tier. Pretty low C tier too. I'm almost tempted to put it down next to the CG75 here. The low ammo capacity alone drops it down so far, and it's really not reliable at all. Don't pick it up. Just don't pick it up. Up next, the Python. Very underrated, I must say. The Python is very reliable in low rounds. It can get you set up pretty far, and it's very, very powerful. I think I said that already. But basically, it's basically a one-shot. Up until like round 10 or something like that. I cannot tell you how useful, what round these things drop off, but I can tell you how useful they are. When I play this, and I see a Python, I get happy because I know it's very, very good and decent, and it basically one shot, one kills for quite a while. So I think it is very, very safe to say it's A tier. It's A tier. It won't get you too far, but it's a very perfect secondary weapon if you want to kill some zombies quickly. Enough said. Is it even a discussion? The ray gun deserves to be an S+. It's powerful. Do we even need to explain the ray gun? I don't think we need to explain the ray gun. But long story short, powerful as hell. It's rare, powerful. However, you do need PhD flopper if you want to get rid of the little splash damage it has. That's the only flaw it has. I don't think we need to say more. The RPK. This goes right next to the HK21 here. They're both very, very similar. The RPK has a higher fire rate compared to the HK21. So it's got that. It definitely has the ammo and the power and the fire rate. I feel like the HK20 was just a slight bit more powerful compared to the RPK, but I would still pick this up easy. It is still an easy pickup. The Scavenger. Now this is a very interesting one. It's a wonder weapon. It's a wonder weapon in Call of the Dead. So the whole gig with the Scavenger is that it's a sniper that shoots very high explosive rounds, and it has so much damage. It does so much damage, and it's very useful for killing George Romero, who follows you around in Call of the Dead. So I'll put this in S+. It's very powerful. Oh, S+. No. High S. Just because it is like a sniper and you can only shoot one bullet at a time. And it can kill you if you don't have PhD flopper. So yeah. Yeah, just put in high S. It's a high S. It has its uses, useful, but it just isn't as reliable as a ray gun would be. Or the M1911 Pack-a-Punched. The Semtex. I'll put you next to the frag. It's literally it's basically the exact same as a frag, but the Semtex sticks to zombies. It's a sticky grenade, but it does pretty much the exact same damage as the frag, so yeah, nah, not really much else to say. This gun has a really stupidly long name, but everyone calls it the Baby Maker, or the Baby Gun. So this wonder weapon is exclusive to Shangri-La, and basically what it does is you shoot your zombies, and they shrink and turn into babies. Then you run into the babies and they instantly die. It's pretty fun. It's a very fun gun to use. It's also very, very powerful, and easy S+, just because of how fun and powerful it is alone. You can tell the developers were having fun with this weapon when they were making it. This one here, yeah, you don't really see this. You don't really see this weapon much in Black Ops 1, and no one really picks it up. It's not that powerful. I believe it's an Ascension, but I'll put it next to the ballistic knife here. It's not something I would go out of my way to get. The Spaz 12, it's pretty good. I would put it right next to the HS10. They're both very, very similar in terms of power and use. They're kind of like brothers and sisters, aren't they? They're very, very similar weapons in Black Ops 1. But again, I wouldn't pick it up. It's a very low tier. It's one of the lower tier weapons. It's not that good, but it's also not that bad. It's good for very early rounds. I'll put these above the grenades, by the way, just so no one gets pissed off. Next up, we have the Uzi. Now, these are just pretty much the exact same as the NPL and the MP5K, except I think the Uzi is just slightly better than both of them, because I think it has better damage and better ammo. This is all off the top of my head, but I'd rather pick up an Uzi over the MPL and the MP5K. The Stakeout. Now, I always remember this one because the King of the Tone, this was always right next to the MP40. So either you could take the MP40 and maul down all the zombies, or you can take the Stakeout and just be safe with all the damage. It's powerful, but it won't take you very far at all. It'll be it's a very decent and also very forgotten shotgun. The amount of times I see people playing through Black Ops 1 and immediately pick the MP40 over the Stakeout, I mean, it's kind of sad how forgotten it is really, but I guess it does have a point because it's not strong, it's not useful, it's not reliable. However, it does really get the job done in the earlier rounds. So for that, I'll put it between the Uzi and the MPL. Oh, here's another obvious ranking here. Thundergun, S tier, S plus tier. It is pretty much the insta-kill weapon. Infinite damage for the entire game. The only problem it has is that it doesn't have any ammo and you cannot get any power-ups from it. But it does instantly kill zombies in a very funny fashion. It shoots a big gust of wind and they fling around the place like ragdolls. It's very, very fun and very, very useful. You pair this up with the ray gun and you have the loadout for Kino de Toten. Again, it's no shit, it's an S+. Okay, the VR11. This is a very interesting weapon from Call of the Dead. It has a very weird gimmick where you shoot zombies and it turns them back into humans and they go crazy. I believe the zombies chase after the human as well. And they just freak out when they run. It's not useful. It's kind of just like a monkey bomb at this point. You shoot a zombie, and then the other zombies chase after him when he turns into a human. However, it does have a really, really cool use in co-op. If you shoot your teammate instantly gets insta-kill. And then they just maul down all the zombies for you. So if you're using it in co-op, it is useful. If you're willing to pack-a-punch it, useful. But again, you have to kind of go out of your way to get its full use. So with that, I might put it in B tier. It's like I put it there in B tier. I think it's below the FAL. The Winter's Howl. Ah, the Winter's Howl. A very useless wonder weapon. It basically freezes the zombies and slows them down. It's okay in earlier rounds, up to like round 12 or so. It's effective, but after that it immediately drops off and you may as well trade it out for literally anything else. It's a B tier. I'll put it next to the VR11. Actually, I might put the VR11 a bit higher just because it does have that co-op, like the co-op function. But the Winter's Howl though is just kind of useless. Sure, you can freeze zombies and that's pretty cool, but it's bad. Not this level bad. It's not C or D tier bad. It's just not really useful. Oh, the Wonder Waffle DG2. Probably the most iconic wonder weapon next to the ray gun. To me, it gets a high S. It is very, very useful. You can only get the Wonder Waff in Call of the Dead or the World at War remasters, but we're just talking about Black Ops 1 maps here. So after you kill George Romero and you've completed the Easter egg, instead of him dropping a death machine, he drops a Wonder Waff. And the Wonder Waff has infinite damage and electrocutes the zombies. You can basically you build up a train, then you shoot them with the Wonder Waff and they all get zapped and killed. It's very fun. However, you can get shocked yourself if you use it. I know there's a very big problem in the World at War version of Doris, where if you shock yourself with Juggernog, you lose Juggernog. So that's why every time you see someone playing World at War Doris, they don't pick up the Wonder Waff at all. But in Black Ops 1's case, it is still very powerful and very reliable, and it earns its spot in S tier. Last but certainly not least, we have the Zap Gun from Moon. Now these have a unique function. They start off as dual-wield pistols with stupidly high damage, by the way, but they also have a function where you can combine them and then they turn into a jet gun. It's crazy. I think it deserves to be a bit higher than the jet gun because it's literally the jet gun, except you can separate them and they turn into little double pistols. What else is there to say? So anyway, that's the Black Ops 1 tier list, ranking all the Black Ops 1 weapons. Definitely gonna be more to come. I'm definitely gonna be making more tier list videos in the future, so stay tuned for them. Hope you like this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe and all that jazz. And see you in the next one, yeah?